What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check updates, the two new upcoming packages, the physical infrastructure package, and the next stimulus package, which has been announced to be $3.5 trillion, the largest stimulus package yet to date. We also discuss on this show what is going on in the United States and what is going on in Washington, D.C. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new updates. Remember that new videos come out here on our channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yes, it may have happened again. The hackers, maybe the Russian hackers, may have striked again. Yes, there is major internet outages, major website outages, and internet outages, major backbone internet outages today going on across the United States. Major websites for Amazon, Airbnb, AT&T, Fidelity, FedEx, UPS, Southwest Airlines, Home Depot, and others were impacted today. Yeah, major internet outages. Early reports are saying they don't think it's hackers, but other reports are saying they do think it's the hackers. And the question is it the Russian hackers that we have seen hit so many of our infrastructure, including the gas pipelines and also the meat packing company JBS? And is this the latest hacking attempt? There has not been any ransom requested yet or any responsibility claimed for this yet. But this would be a very large hack. If it is claimed, I will keep you up to date on this, and we will have to see. The hacker group ReEvil has actually had some of their websites taken down over the last several days, has been reported, and we've had actually the disappearance of some of their websites and affiliated websites with the Russian hacker group. So there has been some mysterious things going on, and then now we've had this sudden internet shortage, which some people are saying could be a hack all of a sudden today. So we'll have to see if there's any claiming that this was a hack here today that happened not only just in the US, but was actually global. Also, my wife put this in front of my desk here today as part of our daily news here. This one was a shock to me. Let me know your thoughts on this. Check this one out. The Senate panel votes to make women register for the draft. Yes, the Armed Service Draft. Check this out. The Senate Armed Service Committee has approved language in its annual defense policy bill that would require women to register for the draft. That's correct. You're reading it here in black and white, just like I am here. The National Defense Authorization Act, the NDAA, approved by the committee behind closed doors Wednesday, amends the Military Selective Service Act to require the registration of women for selective service, according to a summary released Thursday. The United States has not instituted a draft since the Vietnam War, and Pentagon officials have repeatedly said they intend to keep the force all volunteer. But men ages 18 through 25 still have to register with what's officially known as the Selective Service System or face consequences such as losing access to federal financial aid for college. Congress has been debating whether to expand the registration requirement to women since all combat jobs were open to female service members in 2016. That year, both the House and the Senate Armed Service Committees included a requirement for women to register their initial versions of the NDAA. But the House versions of the bill dropped the language before the bill came to the floor. So now the Senate Armed Service Committee has approved language in its annual defense policy bill that would require women to register for the draft. Wow, what a change. What a change. Wow, let me know your thoughts on this. What do you think about this? Yeah, I'll have to dig into this more because I literally just seen this come across my desk. I'm not sure if this is like the final approval. This is the Senate Armed Service Committee. Does this need to go to a House Armed Service Committee? Does this need to be signed by the president? Like, is this the final approval? Again, I'll have to look into this some more because this just came across my desk. But I mean, here it is in black and white. This is from thehill.com. And again, the draft is really only if like we go into World War III, or if we need it. Wow, what a scary thought to even think that we could need a draft sometime in the future. We're talking about the army, the military, right? Think about the last time we needed a draft, right? It's a scary thought to even think about, but yeah, and then now think about women being drafted. I mean, pretty much against their will, right? I mean, if you think about the draft, I know that my wife's father was, and I would think that my father, but basically my dad and her dad were part of the draft. Okay, so you can let me know if you were part of the draft. I mean, it's just a scary thought to think that you could go to war against your will. Now, I'm a patriot as much as they come. I mean, I'm sitting here talking to you guys every single day about our country. But to go to war against your will, per se, right? I mean, they draft you and you really don't have a say. I mean, you can't say no, right? In this day and age is scary. I mean, let me know your thoughts on this. I mean, what are your thoughts on this? And now to say that women may have to do this. I don't know if this is a final ruling yet. We'll have to see this. Let me know your thoughts on this. Maybe I'll have to bring my wife in. Let me know if you want me to bring my wife in and we'll discuss this. This could be a major change for our country. To think that, yeah, I mean, there's just literally major changes going on every day with our country. Wow. Yeah, I'm mind blown. Let me know your thoughts on this. It's just, wow. Let me know if you're a woman here sitting here on our channel and let me know your thoughts on this. Imagine if you could be drafted to go to war right now. Now, I believe it's only for ages 19 to 25. We don't know if this is a final ruling yet, but just let me know the thought of it. Let me know the thought if you were in this age group. And again, we're not at war right now, but imagine if you were drafted and just imagine the thought of being drafted and going to war right now. It's scary for real. No doubt. No doubts about it. No doubts about it. My wife's there in the background basically looking at me saying, yeah, imagine if she was picked for the draft to go to war. Imagine me and her in the battlefield, in the trenches. Come on over here.
Not for this, mama. Not for this, mama.
If you were drafted, you wouldn't have a choice.
Yeah, how am I gonna do over there with my kidney? They gonna give me Percocet while I'm out there?
Listen, you don't have a choice. Like if you're drafted, I think you like go to jail. Like if you're drafted and like you don't go, they throw you in jail, right? I mean, it's been a long time. The last time the draft was before I was born. I'm 40 years old. I think that was before I was born. But like if you're drafted, and come on over here. If you're drafted and you don't go, they throw you in jail. I don't think it's prison or jail, right? Let me know.
Not for me.
Yeah, it's like you don't have a choice.
I understand how there's all this movement for equal rights and this and that, but I don't think women are made to do that, or very few women are. Each gender has their strengths and their weaknesses, and I don't believe that that's very many women's strengths. And I'm a woman saying that.
Man, it's just you put that on my desk here, and I was like,
when I read it, I said, "What?"
Listen, we're gonna put you in the trenches.
Nope.
And give you.
I could be a nurse, and that's about it.
I guess maybe that might be part of the active duty.
Or a cook. Hopefully, I won't poison like the whole platoon.
with the HelloFresh, right?
Yeah, we bought HelloFresh and we like it.
Ever since we got that HelloFresh sponsorship, we signed up for it. That stuff's awesome.
It's nice because it's different. There's you eat things that you don't normally eat, so it breaks up the monotony.
For
which we
real.
have a lot of here since we've been in our house
Filming 3 times a
basically.
day, man.
Yeah.
It's just like we only got a few hours in between each
Yeah.
video. So like today we went out and went to the zoo, and we were like, all right, we gotta hurry up and get back.
Yeah.
Next video.
Yep.
It's like off to the races, right?
Yep. Hard out here for a G.
Yeah. All right, back to stimulus. All right, so basically we're into final negotiation stage. Right now, Democrats are pushing for changes to the bipartisan infrastructure deal. We went over in the last video that Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says that they're basically they're gonna be producing the infrastructure bill and the stimulus bill. He says that they're going to be producing the bill for both of these apparently, and he thinks they're going to be passing both of these bills, part one and part two here, within the next few days. I mean, I showed that in the last video. If you didn't watch the last video, you should go watch that video before this. The thumbnail says checks going out now. And yes, there are like the IRS says that there's like 2.2 million checks that have gone out within the last 6 weeks. Those are pertaining to the third stimulus checks. Yes. And if you read the comments, I actually feel bad for a lot of people. There are still millions of people that haven't got the third stimulus checks yet. They are still sending these out. The IRS says that they are still sending out third stimulus checks yet. I know. Believe me, if you haven't got your third stimulus checks yet, my heart goes out for you. They are still sending these out. They've sent out like 2.2 million third stimulus checks yet. What are they doing over there? I know a lot of these. So here's the thing: like when you send out 100, not 100 million, but when you send out like I don't know, it's like 200 million stimulus checks. There's always problems. Like somebody moved, they changed their bank account, they got wrong information, screw up in the system. There's always an issue.
You know what would be interesting? I think it's funny that if you don't pay your taxes on time, they make you pay interest. Well, what about if they don't send you your stimulus check on time? They should pay you interest.
They do pay interest on tax return refunds though. But I don't think they do on the stimulus checks though. But if they send you your tax return refund late, they will pay you
So is
interest
that
on that.
how late does it have to be? Because they're already way behind.
I believe they pay interest on that. Let me know
Good.
down below in the comments if you got your tax return refund recently. They pay interest on that. I mean, it's not a lot. It depends on how much your refund is. The more your refund is, the more interest you get. It's on a percentage.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
She almost fell right there. What an interesting episode has been today. Yeah, special guest appearance today. But yeah, they don't pay interest on stimulus checks, unfortunately. I don't know if they have that built into their system. But yes, they do pay interest on your tax refunds. Yeah, so some people report they only get a few dollars. The more your refund is, and the longer it is, the more your refund will be. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, they're still sending out apparently millions of third stimulus checks. They're also still sending out the first round of the child tax credits. So there's still a lot of people that haven't got them. And again, when you're sending out hundreds of millions of checks, there's always some people that have problems. So just keep that in mind. Log into the IRS child tax portal. I'll link you to a video I just did on the child tax portal checks that I kind of go over a lot of frequently asked questions and information with the link to that, which has a lot of information about child tax credits, like what could go wrong and information about that. I'll link you to that at the end of this video for child tax credits. If you didn't get your check, you should watch that video next. But apparently they're working out the final details between the Republicans. They're negotiating right now to make sure the Republicans come back to the table and will vote yes on this infrastructure bill. Remember, all the Republicans voted no. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer originally voted yes on this bill, but once he's seen it was going to be 50 yeses and 50 noes, he changed his vote to no at the very last moment. A lot of people were like, why did he do that? It really didn't matter because it was going to be 50 yes, 50 no's, and you need 60 yeses. Remember that filibuster rule, you need 60 votes to pass. So he changed his vote to no at the very last second to reserve the right to basically vote on it again. Okay. That's the easiest way to explain it. So now they reserve the right to vote on it again. And basically, we're going to see a bill now. And we actually, we actually might not see a bill. They actually might just quick vote on it again, and that's part of the negotiations. They actually might vote on it again without a bill, or what they call a shell bill. Remember, this first vote is just a motion to proceed. Okay, a motion to basically go to the next step. Okay, there's a few steps along this process. Okay, and remember, I actually got this piece of information here for you. Nancy Pelosi reiterates that no bipartisan infrastructure bill without the reconciliation package will pass. Democrats indicate the bipartisan infrastructure deal is still contingent on the reconciliation package. And remember, whenever you see reconciliation package, that means stimulus package. Reconciliation package is the stimulus package. So Nancy Pelosi, she kind of is the person that seems to be in charge here when it comes to this. She's still saying that no, they're not going to pass the infrastructure package, part one, without the human infrastructure package or the stimulus package. So I still don't know if she's going to change her mind on this, but she's still saying no. Even when they pass this bill, the physical infrastructure package, she's holding her ground here and saying, no, no, no. We're not going to pass this. We're not even going to vote on it in the House. You can pass it in the Senate, then send it over to the House. And she's saying, that's great. I'm going to send it over into my own personal graveyard, like Mitch McConnell does, and I'm just going to set it there, and I'm going to put it on the warmer, the little bread warmer there, and I'm going to let it sit there, and it's just gonna stay there. It's gonna stay warm, and then you have to pass the reconciliation package, which is the $3.5 trillion package, the stimulus package as well in the Senate. So you need to send both of those over to the House, and then the House will then vote on both of them. Okay, a lot of people, this goes back from the old stimulus packages. A lot of people always get confused that, not a lot of people, but few people think that bills have to start in the House. That's a misconception. In this particular case, and pretty much none of the old stimulus packages started this way. They almost all started in the House. These particular bills are both going to start in the Senate. The Senate is going to pass both of these and then send them over to the House. Nancy Pelosi is kind of putting an insurance policy on this stimulus package for whatever reason. I really don't think she needs to do this, but I've actually seen a lot of people in the comments saying, good for her, good for her. This is going to make sure that the stimulus package is going to pass, whether good or bad or whatever. It's not bad. I mean, she's going to make sure that the stimulus package is going to pass. So even when they pass this first infrastructure package, part one, she's saying, okay, great, send it over to me. The House is not going to vote on it yet. Then you have to pass the stimulus package, okay? Pass both of them, send them over to the House. Then, and only then, unless she changes her mind, which she's willing to, she can do, then the House will pass both of them at the same time and then send them over to the president. So Chuck Schumer says that very ambitious goal. Don't get me wrong, that they're gonna do this here within like the next several days. That's a very ambitious goal. We'll see if that's going to be done. And honestly, there's a lot of money in the stimulus package, $3.5 trillion. There's a recent report that says that bill could actually go to over $5 trillion, which, if that's the case, I don't see any way there can't be at least a fourth stimulus check in there, if not more. There's also going to be child tax credit extensions, 2 years of free college, Medicare benefits to include hearing, dental, vision, hearing aids, and lower the Medicare eligibility age to age 60 for seniors. That's one of the best things in there for seniors ever. It's basically Medicare 2.0. It's going to be a godsend for seniors. Like 75% of seniors do not have those benefits. There's also going to be an adult tax credit in there. It could be similar to the $250 to $300 per month checks that children are getting, called the child tax credits. Children are getting those right now. Will that be monthly checks similar to what the children are getting? Will we see monthly checks for adults or low income adults? There's enough money in this package to $3.5 trillion or more. There's enough money in there. Will we see that in this next package? I don't know, but I will keep you up to date with everything going on with these stimulus packages and what's going on in our country. So make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free. Remember that new videos come out here on our channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't yet, and you can share this video down below with your friends and family so that they know what is going on with this next stimulus package as well. And remember, there's going to be more stimulus packages coming after this because the Democrats are going to be able to pass more packages while they're still in control of the House and the Senate until the November 2022 election. So there's going to be like 2 or 3 more packages after this as well. So I'll keep you up to date with all of these new packages coming up after this as well. You can click this top video to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this bottom video is more information about the child tax credit monthly checks. And this video is my newest video about President Biden wants to raise Social Security monthly checks. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.